Hi guys, Liam from Echidna Sewing here, and today we're going to be doing our very own custom dye sublimated storage zipper pouch. Let's go. For this awesome project today, we're going to need a few materials. So, firstly, and obviously, we're going to need a sublimation printer. Today I'm using the Brother SP1 that is loaded with A4 sublimation paper. We're also going to need a heat-resistant sheet, our blank, which today is a zipper pouch. We're going to need a lint roller, just some standard Xerox paper or A4 copy paper, heat-resistant tape, our heat press, and a computer or mobile device that can connect to the internet and our printer. Alright, so the first step in this process is printing out our artwork that we're going to be putting onto our zipper pouch. Today I'll be using some artwork that's actually included for free in a bundle that you will receive if you purchase any of our blanks either in-store or online. So, once you download that from the Echidna website, it'll appear as a zip file in your downloads. I have moved it down onto my desktop just to showcase what you should be doing just a little bit easier. So, I will just right-click on that, hit Extract All, click Extract, and just wait for that process to complete. Now, if you're using your own artwork, that's totally fine, but you just need to make sure that the proportions and dimensions of your artwork match the proportions and dimensions of the blank that you're using. Alright, so we can see now that that has extracted and it's given us a little folder called DS-Art. So this is our dye sub artwork bundle. I'll double click on that. And today we're going to be using some artwork from our Word Blossoms pack. Double click on that. I'll go to PDF templates. And then it is the one we're going to be using today is this second one here. All right. So we're using a PDF reader program called Foxit, but any PDF reader program such as Adobe or anything that comes on your computer is also totally fine. So I'll head over to File, my Print tab, and then we're just going to make sure we have a few settings selected. So number one, we're going to make sure that we've got our Brother SP1 printer selected. This, of course, will change if you're using a different sublimation printer, but for this project and for my computer, I've got to make sure that the Brother SP1 is selected. And also with this project, you'll see here, I'll click through our preview, and you'll see that it actually comes with 11 different pages. This is because there's 11 different words that we can use for our artwork. So if you're making one pouch, simply put the number of the page of the word that you wish to use just in here after you've selected pages. Or if you're doing 11 pouches, print them all out. So I'll just go through and pick which one I like. And I think I'm set on having that grow artwork. I think that's quite cute. So I'll just change that page number to 11. And then the selectable pages for our preview should change to page 1 of 1. Once we've got that, we'll head over to Properties. And we'll make sure that our paper size here is set to A4. The reason for that is the dimensions on our artwork is set to be printed on an A4 piece of paper. And because we're using this to apply to our blank, it's really important that we get our dimensions absolutely correct. I'll then head over to Advanced and make sure that Mirror Print is selected as well, because we want this to print out mirrored so that when it is applied to our blank, it'll be the right side up. You'll see later on what I mean. So once I've got all that selected, I will hit OK. And we don't have grayscale selected, which is good. And now I just hit OK. All right. So, as you can see here, our artwork has been printed, but printed mirrored. So, if it doesn't look entirely correct and it looks like it's backwards, That's a good thing, because when we put this down onto our project and apply the heat press and have it transfer, you'll see that it is the right way. So if yours looks like this and looks incorrect, then you've done the right thing. All right, so now we move on to the next portion of our project, which is prepping our blank for sublimation. Now, even if your project is clean, it is always wise just to give it a quick lint roll in case there is some dust, some lint, or just things that are invisible to the human eye lurking about that could impact the quality of our sublimation. Beautiful. Now with that done, we move on to taping this to our artwork that's printed onto sublimation paper. So now we'll take our blank, doesn't really matter which side we do, and we're just going to position it directly in the middle. Now, some of the artwork won't come with a specific border, as the pouches that you buy or may use will vary in size and dimensions. So what I like to do is try and get it even on these sides here on our widthways, and then I turn the paper 90 degrees and make sure that we're sitting relatively in the middle with the gap between our edges of our border here parallel and even on either side. So I'm pretty happy with that. And now I'll go in with my heat resistant tape and secure my blank down. All right, now we're ready to sublimate. All right, so now we're going to set the settings correctly on our Echidna heat press. If you have a different brand of heat press, it's important just to double check what your settings should be for certain fabrics or projects, but these are quite universal. All right, so what I'm going to do is click Set, turn my heat temperature up to 190, and turn my time to 60 seconds. Yes, I love when that happens. Then all we press is Set and let our heat press heat up and do its thing. Now, moving on to more pressing matters. So we're going to be pressing our project now. And the first thing that we're going to start with is our A4 piece of paper. We're going to pull our plate or surface out, lay our A4 Xerox paper or just plain printing paper out, and then we're going to take our blank that has been taped down using our heat resistant tape and place it facing down onto our A4 piece of paper. There we are. And then we're going to take our heat protective sheet and lay that on top. If you'd like, you can also apply your heat resistant sheet to the bottom of the project, but for this one, because the dyes aren't too saturated, I think just the one will be fine. So now that we've done that, I'm going to slide that back under. I'm going to pull down our press and let it do its thing. All right, so we're all done. I'll lift our press plate up, remove our sheet, take our project and just flip it onto the other side and clear everything off that plate. So I'm taking my A4 piece of paper, but if you had a heat protective sheet underneath there, you'd also take that off as well. So now we're going to let our project cool and then we'll be able to see the final results. All right, now that we've finished pressing, let's reveal our project. Ta-da! Entirely customized, entirely unique, and now entirely yours. If you like this project and would like to see more die sub ones, check out our website and our other socials. See you next time, guys.